Alright, third video, doing midterm review number 1, so I'm on question 9. A diagonal walkway cuts through a park bordered by two parallel streets. The Parks Department plans to add an additional walkway as indicated by the dashed lines in the segment in the figure. What is the value of x? Okay, so here are my streets. They're parallel, so parallel lines. Here's the walkway. I can see the walkway. When I see this, see parallel lines, I'm looking for the transversal because that's almost all the problems are going to have to do with parallel lines. That have parallel lines are going to have to do something about transversals. Well, here's my walkway. It cuts through both, so that's my transversal. Okay? And here's the, what is this supposed to be, an additional walkway? Doesn't matter. We're trying to find x right here. Well, first thing is you see parallel lines, you see the transversal. I think it's useful to sometimes just draw it separately, like this. Okay, I've got parallel lines, my streets, I've got my walkway, the transversal, and I know that this is 142. Well, what else do I know? I know that all the big angles are 142, so this is 142, blah, blah, blah. This is 142. Hold on a second. Right, this is 142. Okay. Well, and then I also know that if this is 142, then, all these little angles are supplementary, so 180 minus 142 is 38. So this angle is 38, and 38, 38, and 38. I don't know how this is going to help me exactly, but I'm going to write it all down now so I know. Okay, now I go back to this thing. Okay. Well, I know, I'm trying to find x. I know this is 90 degrees, so I've got a 90 degree angle right there. And based on what I did over here, I know that this angle is 38, right? Because it's this angle. It's the same as this one. So I've got 38 here. I've got 90 here. Oh, now I've got an easy problem. Sum of the angles in a triangle, again, is 180 degrees. So 90 plus 38 plus x is 180. And I got 128 plus x equals 180. So x equals 52. Okay? Diagonals of a square measure 20 inches. What is the length of the sides? Okay, now this is a problem. You might look at this and not have any idea what to do, which is okay. It's going to happen a lot. Just draw a picture. Draw a picture when you don't have one. I think that's always a good plan. You got a square. I know what a square is. I know what a diagonal is. It looks like this. Okay, and I know that this is 20. What do I know about squares? Well, I know that all the sides are the same length. I also know that these are all right angles. Okay, now what do I have? Oh, I got a right triangle. I'm going to draw it separately. I think draw as many things, write as many things as you can think of. And I know that this is 20, and I know these two sides are congruent. And it's asking me what is the length of the side. So it's asking me for the length of one of these. Normally, with a right triangle, I know that anytime I have a right triangle, I have A, B, and C, and I know that. So that's A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Okay. But here, I can call this A, but this is, and this could be B, but these two are congruent, so if this is, whatever this is, A, this is the same thing. Oh, well now what do I have? A squared plus A squared equals 20 squared. A squared plus A squared, that means I have two of them. 2A squared. And 20 squared is 400. Okay, divide by 2, a squared equals 200. And so, a, take the square root of both sides, a equals the square root of 200. Now, if you look over here, none of these are the square root, say the square root of 200. So you're going to have to either simplify this, or put this, the square root of 200 in your calculator, and then put all four of these, each one of these, well, 10 and 20 you don't have to, but 20 root 2, 10 root 2 in the calculator, and see which comes out to be the same thing you got when you put in the square root of 200. Or you can say, the way that you actually simplify this, you say square root of 200. Well, try to divide that up. What is that? And try to divide out any perfect squares. Well, that's the same as the square root of 2 times 100. Yeah, 200 is the same as 2 times 100. And we can do this with squares. We can say, well, that's the same as the square root of 2 times the square root of 100. Oh, I know what the square root of 100 is. It's 10. So I've got the square root of 2 times 10 or, as we usually write it, 10 times the square root of 2. And that's, oh look, that's choice D. Alright, moving on. 11. Okay. I got 3 streets, Turner Street, Gillespie Street, and Johnson Street. They intersect to form a triangular park shaped as shown. Shaped park as shown. Okay, like his. Okay, I've got 3 streets, makes a triangle. What is the correct order of the lengths of the streets, from longest to shortest? So order of the lengths, that's what I'm going to be looking for, is the order of the angles, because I know the longest street is going to be across from the biggest angle. I only have 2 of the angles here, but I can find the other one because I know that they all add up to 108. So 85 plus 33 is 118, and 180 minus 118 is 62. So this one has to be 62. So now I'm just looking for the biggest angle is, because I want to have the longest street first, so I'll go to the biggest angle, it's 85, and across from that is Johnson Street. So it's either A and C are ruled out because Johnson's got to come first. Then the next biggest angle is 62, so across from that is Turner Street, and then finally we'll have Gillespie Street. So we'll have Johnson, Turner, Gillespie, which is choice D. See that? Johnson, Turner, Gillespie. Okay, question 12. What is the range of possible values for x in yards? Okay, this is this kind of hinge problem. We know that this is 42. We know that this is 30. We don't know what this angle is, so x could be anything between 42 minus 30 and 42 plus 30. That's because if the angle is really small and I pull this side all the way down here, then this side, which is my third side, gets closer and closer to just being 42 minus 30, which is 8. If I pull it over this way, it gets closer, the biggest it could be before, it just turns into a straight line, it's no longer a triangle, would be 42 plus 30 over 72. So it's got to be between 8 and 72. Or, 42 minus 30. No, 42 minus 30 is right. 42 minus 30, though, is 12. I apologize. So it's between 12 and 72, which is choice C. Oops. All right, I'll make one more video for the last couple.